Well, so I was just thinking back, probably almost the season as a whole, but certainly the last couple of months. You've been looking forward to something like this happening for such a long time. How does it feel now you're in the middle of establishing yourself as a first team player?
Yeah, it's something I've obviously been working towards for a while now, and had to be patient. But you just got to keep your head down, keep working, and when you get that opportunity, hopefully try and take it.
And that's exactly the right thing, but it's one of those things that's probably a lot easier to say than it is to do at times, isn't it? Because there'll be times when you think, I could make a real difference here, and you don't get that chance. How difficult or easy has that been?
Yeah, it's a weird one really, because like you said, you feel like you can make that impact, but you might not get the chance for a while. So it's just important that you stay level-headed really, like never get too down when things aren't going well for you, never get too high when things do. So yeah, I'd probably just say just stay level-headed, and when you get that chance, just not put too much pressure on yourself, and just try and show what you can do.
And is that your natural temperament? Is that something you find not easy, but it's okay, or do you have to really work on that?
I think it comes quite natural to me. I'd say I'm quite a level-headed person. Yeah, it's just something I've always had, I think. So yeah, I guess quite lucky with that, really.
Well, it'll definitely serve you well in your career, hopefully. And I always think with young players, it's about trust, isn't it? It's about that manager knowing that when he puts you on, you might not get a goal, but he wants certain things from you in that role. He knows he's going to get that, then you'll get your minutes. And the last month or so, you've certainly been giving you no reason not to.
Yeah. And well, I think definitely at this club as well, a lot of trust is put in the youth here, and that obviously bodes well for the club's future. But yeah, just when I get given them chances, not expecting myself to do too much, just go on, play my natural game, and things will happen.
And you've obviously been with the first team for a good while now, but do you sense within the academy that the lads who are a couple of years, 3 years behind you are thinking in that same way and looking at what you're doing, what Tommy, Ali, you can go through half the squad now and see, I could be there in 3 years' time.
Yeah, definitely. Like when I was in their situation, I've always had older players to look up to that have been influencing the first team. So, and then definitely the last few years, I'd say there's been a lot more academy involvement. So yeah, all them younger players definitely have role models in every position on the pitch to look up to and aspire to break into that team one day.
So through your career at City and loans, well, you've scored plenty of goals. What was different? How was it different when that one hit the back of the net at Swansea, 10 days or so ago?
I still can't really put it into words, to be honest. It's like all them hours of hard work you've put in for it to finally, I guess, pay off, and for the circumstance of the goal as well to be the one that put us into the next round made it that even more special. But yeah, it was an unbelievable feeling.
And it's not like I've seen all your games, but I've seen plenty of goals you have scored for the youth teams, and it seemed like quite a Sam Bell goal in terms of using your physicality, your pace. That's something that hopefully fans are going to see a lot more of.
Yeah, I'd like to say I'm like a direct attacking player, and yeah, just obviously that the ball Kingy played allowed me to take my touch and utilise my pace, and yeah, and then the finish is just something I do naturally. So yeah,
we'll see plenty more of it, and actually, hopefully the first of many. And the way that the team's playing at the moment, and there have been plenty of chances created even when you've lost games recently. You must look at that and think there's such an opportunity here to do something like what Tommy did at the start of the season and be on the end of those chances.
Yeah. We're quite a direct attacking team, I think, especially on the counter attack, which is kind of how I like to play, like hit teams when they're least expecting it in behind, and we create a lot of chances from that. And yeah, I'd like to think that I can get on the end of the final ball and hopefully, yeah, contribute a lot more goals for the rest of the season. So yeah.
So you got your goal, obviously, at Swansea. Is scoring at Ashton Gate a big thing for you, somewhere you spent so much time?
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely the next thing to tick off. Obviously, nearly happened in the Blackburn game, but marginal offside call denied that. But so yeah, I'll be open to achieve that this Saturday coming.
Have you been pausing the sort of frame by frame, seeing whether you were on or off?
Yeah, I straight away when I came in after, I had a look at it quick and I was like, is it on, is it off? And it's one of them, like, some days you might get it, some days you might not, like depending on the linesman's positioning. And yeah, so just hopefully get one Saturday that counts. So.
That's it. Whether you get the luck going your way, and just finally, I mean, it is Saturday. West Brom, another championship side, another good championship side. Having scored the winner in the last round, it'd be nice to have a little cup run, because it's been a while since the FA Cup's been kind to City, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We obviously, as a club, had that run 5 years ago in the Carabao Cup. So yeah, we'd definitely like to have one in the FA Cup, see how far we can go and challenge ourselves against the country's best teams.
Thank you very much. Awesome. Obviously, we spoke to you straight after Swansea. You barely had time to kind of digest what had happened. But since then, have you had time to kind of reflect on that moment and the journey that you've had from a 12-year-old coming here to scoring that goal?
Yeah, the day after, I watched it a few times back, and yeah, it just epitomised my journey to that point. I think, like, obviously, like you said, coming in as a 12-year-old lad, playing all those games through all the age groups, to then like cap it off with my first goal, to do it like that in that scenario is just, yeah, couldn't have dreamt it any better, to be honest.
Have you got a memento from that game? Have you kept the shirt, framed the shirt, got it signed?
Yeah. I made sure I got onto Scotty and said if I could keep the shirt, and he sorted me out. So yeah, I'll probably get it framed.
So you know you've got a taste for it. You've almost got two winners in a week. Now you got that first one. Does it almost feel like a pressure's kind of been lifted off your shoulders, and you can maybe stop overthinking about grabbing that first goal?
Yeah, I'd definitely say so. Like, it's sort of just taking that edge off, because when you're going on, you're not thinking like, I've got to do something to try and impress, try and cement my place in that team. So it definitely calms you down a bit, I think. And then when you're calm, I feel like you play your better football and can showcase more of what you can do. So yeah, hopefully more to come.
Yeah, as a local lad, what are your memories of watching City growing up? I understand you were a ball boy a couple of times as well.
Yeah. Well, when I was really young, I had my dad here, didn't I? And I unfortunately couldn't remember that too much, because I was a bit too young then. But yeah, probably from the age of about 10 to, and then when I joined the academy, started doing my ball boy. But from about 10, I'd try and watch when I could, and just try and envision myself on that pitch doing what the players were doing.
So when we've spoken to Tommy Conway, he's spoken about the impact Naki Wells has had on his time here. Have you had a senior pro that's had a similar influence on your game?
I feel like Naki's been the same with me, to be honest. He's a good pro with all of the younger lads. He takes time to talk to you, help try and improve your, I guess, weaknesses. So, but all of the older pros, they're the same. They always try and take you aside if you're struggling with something. And yeah, I think as a club, as a team, we've got that good like unity where no one's afraid to like dig you out on something, because it's all for your improvement at the end of the day. But yeah, I'd say everyone's a big help to what I've done. Yeah.
And as a player who's embarking on a journey that you've been through the ranks, what kind of advice would you give them to get to the stage that you're at now?
I think patience is definitely a big word. especially these days, a lot of young players are, I guess, breaking through, and some players might get frustrated, like, why is it not me? Like, I feel like I can do. But yeah, I think you just got to stick with it, and like I said earlier, be as level-headed as you can. When you do something well, don't go away with the fairies and like be too high, and then if it's not going quite well for you, don't think, oh, this is the end of the world. Like, you just gotta stay on that level path and yeah, be patient, I'd say.
Yeah, and finally, what are your memories of the FA Cup? And you can't say Swansea.
It's all a bit of a blur still, to be honest. That moment from when it hit the back of the net to everyone jumping on me, I genuinely can't really remember, to be honest. The emotions sort of overrided that and clouded my memory a bit. But yeah, from when I've watched it back, it's just put a big smile on my face, and really, really good feeling. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just how beneficial and motivational is it to see the likes of Tommy and Alex progress and kind of blossom into the first team in recent years? And does it give you that kind of extra belief that you can do the same?
Yeah, I'd definitely say so. It shows that the trust, the real trust that the gaffer puts in the younger players, and that if you do well, then you cement your place in that team, and kick on from there, really.
And there was talk earlier in the month about possibility of going out on loan. Obviously, stayed in the end. You glad you waited it out?
Yeah, my intention all along was to stay and play here if I could, and if that wasn't to be the case, then potentially looked at a loan move. But yeah, my main priority was definitely to stay here and play, and hopefully you can reap the rewards of that now. So yeah.
And I understand, obviously, you're only at the start of your career, but what do you want to achieve here at Bristol City?
Well, the main ambition is to get the club up to where it deserves to be in the Premier League. Hopefully I can contribute to that potentially happening one day. And then if that doesn't occur, then just to be as successful as we can, like having these sort of cup runs or getting as far up the league as we can, and I'd like to contribute as much as I can to that.
And obviously West Brom this weekend. If you manage to manoeuvre past them, the competition gets a bit more serious, doesn't it? Who would you like to play in the next round if you get through? Like City, United, Liverpool, all still in it?
Yeah, that's definitely the teams you look out for when the draw's being made. A nice draw against one of them at home would probably be ideal. Because like when we had Man U and Man City come here 5 years ago in that Carabao Cup, I was there both nights watching, and the atmosphere was just amazing. So if we had the chance to play in that, it'd be great.
It'd be quite something if you get them and you're scoring against them, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah.